Welcome, albeit virtually, to what is perhaps the most tangible symbol of our connection with the community's history, the chapel, which for the most part of 130 years has been a focus of the life of our students and staff. Maybe some of you in the past have come here to pray, or to enjoy this building's beauty, or its warmth, or its silence. Maybe some of you have found your way here in order to celebrate or to mourn. Maybe some of you will, like others who have graduated from our community, come back here to celebrate your wedding or to bring your children to be baptized. But above all, I hope that you know that this place will never stop being your chapel, and that it will help give you a sense that you are an inextricable part of this community's amazing ongoing story and your solidarity with its rather wonderful past. But first, I ask you to take a brief moment to reflect on the path that has led you to this moment, and, if it is your custom, to pray with me for all of our newest graduates. Let us pray. O God, maker of all that is, bless and approve our offering here today. The degrees that have been earned as proof of a deep quest, the fruit of long academic, physical, emotional, and spiritual labor. In the days, months, and years ahead, grant that all who graduate today may come to know more clearly the purpose that their labors, their learning, and their degrees will play in the divine plan, to the greater glory of the one who is love itself. We ask this in the name of Jesus, the light of the world. Amen.
Graduands of Bishop Grosseteste University and friends and family of our graduands who are tuning into this event. As Vice-Chancellor of the University, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this virtual graduation to celebrate and reward the success of the BGU class of 2021. As you will appreciate, we had hoped that we would be in a position to welcome you all to Lincoln Cathedral. Nevertheless, I want to assure you that this ceremony is as important an occasion as evidenced by the presence of the mace, which is an integral element of the ceremonial life of the university. The graduation ceremony is being hosted in a similarly sacred space to the cathedral, namely our university chapel. Although smaller in scale, this building is situated both physically and metaphorically right at the heart of our campus. And I know that some of you will be more familiar with the building than others, but it is special to all of us at BGU. Dedicated to Saints Francis and Clare, it was formally opened on October the 5th, 1872, following a 3-year period of building at the cost of £916, which is equivalent in today's money of around £60,000. Like many religious buildings at the time, it was opened before it was either finished or furnished. But what we see today is the result of the gradual improvements made by the generous support given by successive generations of staff and students. The chapel has been an integral part of life on campus for the past 160 years and has flourished through the ups and downs of campus life, as well as events in the world. For example, it has witnessed the Spanish flu, 2 world wars, and now a global pandemic. And my colleagues and I very much admire the way that you adapted to the changes. You were flexible to the challenges which we all faced, and you have emerged from the past year not just as successful, but as exemplary. Alongside all of the challenges you faced in relation to your studies, I understand that many of you have been doing simple things for others, such as shopping for vulnerable adults, volunteering, donating to charity, or simply reaching out to people who are experiencing loneliness or isolation. Those of you who have been on campus have been very creative in balancing lockdown with life, and you have been looking out for and supporting your colleagues. In all of that, you were demonstrating the values that we built with you here at BG, values of respect, integrity, courage, and resilience. Embodying these make you stand out as a graduate of the institution and ambassadors of the quality that this university represents. You are the latest in the long line of BGU graduates who have emerged from their studies stronger, more resilient and positive, despite the turbulence which has affected all of us. And as a result, you are more able to face the ups and downs of life. Upon leaving BG, you will use your skills and knowledge to make a difference in society, each in your own unique way. I know that some of you will be on the front line, for example, in education or in health and social care. Others will still be seeking employment or going on to further study. And some of you may be continuing to look for opportunities or deciding what you want to do next. I want to emphasize to you that this is not the end of our journey together as part of the BGU community. Your association with BGU is for life. For those of you who have not yet decided what you want to do in the shorter term, I would just like to remind you that we remain committed to your success as graduates of this institution, and that our colleagues in the Careers, Employability and Enterprise Centre are happy to work with you to help you find your suitable next step. You're an integral part of our family of alumni, a growing global body of BGU graduates. We will always remain interested in your progress, and we will continue to support you, because without you, the university would not be what it is today. We're in regular contact with our former students, so if you have a particular story to tell, which demonstrates what you gained as a graduate and how you have developed as an individual and professional, then please let us know. We're always happy to advertise our graduates' successes. So in conclusion, my huge congratulations to you. Everyone at the university, that is to say the staff, our university council and continuing students, are immensely proud of you, and we're all inspired by what you have achieved. I wish you all the very best in the adventures that lie ahead of you. You have all that you need to succeed. So take time today to celebrate in your own way, in your own context, and to reflect on your success so far.
I have the pleasure to present our honorary graduate, Nigel Curry. Nigel Curry read economics at Leeds University, agricultural economics at Newcastle University, and subsequently graduated with a PhD in land economy from the University of Cambridge. Nigel founded the Countryside and Community Research Unit in 1986, which evolved into the Countryside and Community Institute in 2008. His research interests cohere around the notion of equality. In this context, he has undertaken over 30 years of research into aspects of the rural economy, the planning process, and communities in rural areas. This has embraced studies of the distributional effects of a range of public policies, the fairness with which resources are distributed, and means of poverty alleviation, particularly in respect of access to food. His teaching has focused on rural development, including the development of the BBC television series The Changing Countryside. Nigel has undertaken work on land rights and access to land. Although Nigel officially retired at the end of July 2014, he continues his association with the University of Gloucestershire and the CCRI as founding professor, a lifelong title which was awarded to him in 1992. Nigel has had over 50 research staff in his direct charge. He has published 9 books on rural development issues and over 150 academic papers. On moving to Lincoln in 2012, he was determined to put into practice what he had formerly researched and taught. To this end, he set up the Lincolnshire Food Partnership to encourage the production and consumption of fairer, healthier, greener food, which supports the food bank network in the county. Nigel works tirelessly, donating his time and expertise generously to support those in the Lincolnshire economy in the greatest need. His interest in social economies has led him to serve on the boards of a range of social organisations, including the YMCA, the Mint Lane Cafe, Grimsby Community Energy, Involve at Lincoln, and Action with Communities in rural England, to see how they might be better joined up into a social system. He co-authored the county's social economy strategy in partnership with Bishop Grosseteste University in 2020. I am pleased to present him as a worthy candidate for the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
I'm most honoured to accept this award. In accepting it, I'd like to say a few words about the values that tell us how well we're doing as communities, societies, and economies. Through the whole of my lifetime, we've measured how well we're doing in 2 main ways. A thing called gross domestic product, or how fast we're growing, and a thing called gross value added productivity, or how much money or return we're getting. This will change during your lifetime. New ways of viewing how well we are doing are gaining traction. In May 2011, the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development introduced a Better Life Index. This was in substitute for growth and productivity. It's been adapted, for example, in India, which now assesses the ease of living, and in Bhutan, which measures gross national happiness. In 2018, Scotland, New Zealand and Iceland jointly set up what's called the Wellbeing Economy Governments Initiative. For them, growth and productivity would be replaced by more green energy, increased public transport, universal childcare and parental leave, tackling depression and inclusiveness. By 2019, the larger Wellbeing Economy Alliance had built a more generic how well we're doing set of measures around fairness, participation, dignity, connection and nature. Closer to home, local governments are rethinking how well we're doing as well. The circular economy is gaining particular support. This is a shift from the linear take, make and dispose growth economy to a reuse, share, repair, refurbish, remanufacture and recycle economy. Importantly, for those of you who are starting out on your working lives, all of these shifts are structural and not cyclical. They're here to stay. They're driven by the potentially apocalyptic threat of climate change, the realization that growth cannot go on forever, and the understanding that globalization dramatically increases inequalities of all kinds. It's incumbent upon all of you to think about how you can get involved in this shift. Volunteering in your community is a great start, and volunteering is serious stuff. The Office for National Statistics reckons that volunteering is worth over £30 billion a year to the UK economy. That's getting on for 2/3 of the size of the whole of the school sector. And importantly, this volunteering value is invariably going to those who need it most. So, how well we're doing will place increasing importance during your lifetimes on fairness, inclusiveness, participation, dignity, connection, and nature. I sincerely hope that these values will be the dominant values in your lifetime, unlike in mine. But what you must now do is look out for these values, look after these values, and look to get involved in these values. Thank you.
We encourage your celebrations to be seen and heard, so please feel free to unmute your microphone and turn on your camera. We now present the following candidates, including those in absentia. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Applied Drama in the Community, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Ashley Harvey. Monica Moody. Charlotte Trigger. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Applied Drama in the Community, with honours, Caitlin Chadwick. Charlotte Cooper. Callum Lamb. Hannah Potter. Thomas Shackleton. Sophie Sharp. Lucy Wigfield. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Archaeology and History, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Michael Grummett. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Archaeology and History, with honours, Chris Brown. Joseph Cadman. Chandler Charles. Chloe Clapham. Chloe Deeks. May Eastham Haythwaite. Wilfred Foster. Gregory Hewitt. Reese Long. Lois Newton. Saskia Scutt. Chloe Smith-Shelton. India Terry. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Business, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Lauren Palmer. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Business, with honours, Nathaniel Davies. Chelsea Hanlon Hughes. Emma Harrison. Jack Henton. Jack Walton. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Business, Team Entrepreneurship, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Owen Lewis. Philip Wardle. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Drama, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Nuala Barzak. Bobby Brader. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Drama, with honours, Charlie Lovesey. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English and History, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Freya Robinson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English and History, with honours, Carla Briggs. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English Literature, with First Class Honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, and joint winner of the BGU Chancellor's Friends Awards, Bryony Rose Wilson, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English Literature, with honours, Rachel Clegg, Reese Clark, Francesca Craden, Leah Evans, Hannah Godley, Judith Mackay, Joshua Sykes, Tyson Warren, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Geography, with first class honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Ellie Corden, Kylie Hinch, Mark Wright, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Geography, with honours, Lucy Evans, Nathan Tempest, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, History, with honours, Minnie Coldman, Francesca Contigiacomo, George Pallister, Charlie Williams, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, History and Theology in Ethics, with first class honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Ryan Eccles, Michael Francis, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Sociology, with first class honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Robin Jackaman, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Sociology, with honours, Libby Balmer, Caitlin Nicholson, Annabel Redpath, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Theology and Ethics in Society, with first class honours, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Heather Cliff, Larissa Goodare, James Matthews, Oliver Maguire, Duke Williams, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Theology and Ethics in Society, with honours, Katie Waters, Jason Webster, Leanne Woodcock, for the Master of Arts in English Literature, Molly Ambler, Laura Cocote, Elizabeth Harker, Cyan Patrick, Emma Price, for the Master of Arts in Health and Social Care Leadership, Stephanie Marsh, Georgina Graves, for the Master of Arts in Heritage Education with Distinction and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Amy Bars, Sadie Hurst, for the Master of Arts in Heritage Education, Julie Gibbs, Melissa Gray, Andrew Leary, Abigail McKeeman, for the Master of Arts in Social and Cultural History with Distinction and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Samuel Acklam, joint winner of the BGU Chancellor's Friends Awards, Simon Bromley, Thomas Brown War, for the Master of Arts in Social and Cultural History, Lewis Bird, Terence Brumpton, for the Master of Arts in Special Educational Needs and Disability, with Distinction, and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Bethany Fellows, Ruth Fellows Wallace, Kerry Willie, for the Master of Arts in Special Educational Needs and Disability, Natalie Brocklebank, Corey Cox, Chloe Dean, Sophie Hart, Claire Lovett, Martin Roberts, Hannah-Law Sutton, Charlotte Spooner, Paula Trollope, Stephanie Walters. For the postgraduate certificate in special educational needs and disability, Catherine Comley. For the Master of Arts in Theology and Religious Studies, Georgina Foxcroft. For the postgraduate certificate in education 3 to 7 with recommendation for QTS, Ellie May Alderson, Jessica Arbour, Rachel Cannon, Rebecca Carmichael, Robert Clark, Melissa Kokinos, Annalisa Cook, Eleanor Covell, Hannah Cuthbertson, Rihanna Dean, Kirsty Dodsworth, Charlotte Lawton, Madeline Gabitas, Emily Grant, Charlotte Hardwick, Luke Harlow, Amber Lee Harrison May, Jessica Holman, Kerry Lee Hughes, Chanel Jackson, Evie Matchett, Rosanna Morley, Emma Monday, Rachel Phillips, Hannah Roberts, Demi Rogers, Claire Riding, Hope Snape, Kirsty Swoger, Kimberly Streets, Joanna Swan, Courtney Temple, Hannah Tomlinson, Evie Walker, Georgia May Walker, Rose Wood Evans. For the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education 3 to 7 with recommendation for QTS, Alicia Edmonds, Harriet Rose Pursehouse. For the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education 3 to 7, Jeannie Jackson, Abby Powell. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education 5 to 11 with recommendation for QTS, Sarah Adams, Lauren Boville, Joanne Bradbury, Lucy Butterfield, Paige Byatt, Charlotte Cadman, Joshua Cassidy, Bryony Checkley, Rebecca Cutler, Lewis Dawes, Charlotte Dexter Eyre, Jack Edmondson, Lewis Edney, Abby Ellis, Angelique Ellis, Noor Elsaleh, Sophie Evans, Olivia Gamblin, Megan Gilks, Rebecca Hardy, Charlotte Harness, Geraldine Harrington, John Heatrick, Jodie Heathershaw, Chloe Hubbard, Keely Jervis, Shane Johnson, Courtney Jolly, Bethan Jones, Amy Keyworth, Abby Kinnersley, Stephanie Knight, Grace Lamsdale, Emily Lawton, Abby Linda, Lily McFarlane Hume, Isabel Mee, Thomas Meller, Brittany Miller, Christopher Moore, Bethany Morris, Lisa Odlin, Joanne O'Neill, Guy Owen, Tegan Parr, Caleb Pepys Goulsborough, Joshua Plant, Lewis Pomfret, Emma Pritchard, Lucas Quinn Dawes, Claire Richardson, Michael Roberts, Carl Rock, Caitlin Rump-Smith, Lily Saunders, Gabriella Scott, Emily Smythe-Pontin, Amelia Sorsby, Nicole Stacey, Hannah Stakes, Alice Rowlett, Matthew Stevenson, Liam Terry, John Tweed, Shannon Vincent, Olivia Want, Ty Wardle, Ben Waterfall, Katie Whelan, Robert Wilson, Rebecca Wood, Jasmine Woolis. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, 5 to 11, Luke Green. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, School Direct, 3 to 7, with recommendation for QTS, Danielle Adamson. Kerry Brown. Winner of the Marie and Jeff Mosley Memorial Prize, Melanie Clark. Roberta De Luca Gilbert, Charlotte Hill, Gemma Jackson, Emma Kilbourne, Emma Makepeace, Georgia Sharman, Tracy Sherwood, Eleanor Stephen. For the Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, School Direct 3 to 7, with recommendation for QTS, Maisie Reid. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, School Direct 5 to 11, with recommendation for QTS, Morgan Agate, Holly Jones, Tasneem Ayub, Evie Bale, Jessica Bartram, Ariana Bradbury, Jessica Briggs, Danielle Callis, Hannah Candler, Rebecca Dean, Luke Ford, L. Gray, James Holland, Phoebe Jenkins, Molly Johnson, Lydia Jordan, Emily Kirkup, Zoe Manning, Natalie Roberts, Bethany Robinson, Amber Self, Hannah Spanny, Summer Louise Stafford, Sophie Elliott, Isabel Wattam, Catherine Wilson, Luke Wisner, Zoe Wood. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, School Direct 5 to 11, with recommendation for QTS, Claire Spence, Helen Venizano. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, 3 to 7, with recommendation for QTS, Jessica Pritchett. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, 5 to 11, with recommendation for QTS, Jessica Brownlow, Emma Green, Helen Jefferson. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Special Educational Needs Coordination, with the National Award for Special Educational Needs Coordination, Rebecca Apps, Catherine Baxter, Wendy Bell, Catherine Brown, Deborah Collett, Sarah Cox, Laura Darling, Emma Davison, Carol Dixon, Emma Dobbs, Emma Fitzsimmons, Laura Fleming, Christine Flintham, Jessica Hardiment, Maria Hargreaves, Jordan Homer, Christina Horton, Karen Joel, Kelly Cofazy, Annalie Leatham, Chloe Lewis, Stacey Malia, Gemma McNeil, Susanna Milsom, Charlotte Mulhall, Devon Newbolt, Elspeth O'Rourke, Samantha Peck, Andrea Rowe, Holly Sarderson, Anna Saunders, Daniel Scott, Deborah Searle, Charlotte Smith, Jessica Thornalley, David Vinter, Sarah Warnock, Susan Waters, Georgina Wicks, Sharon Wilson, Linda Winton. For the postgraduate certificate in Special Educational Needs Coordination, Carly Ann North. This concludes the readings of the graduates' names.
Hello everyone, my name is Erin and I'm the President of the Students' Union. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for the immense strength and dedication you have shown during your time as a student. I am so aware that every single one of you have had wildly different experiences throughout your university journey, yet you are all brought here to celebrate together. So I would like you to take a moment to recognise those that you're graduating with, even those who you might not have met, and share your pride with them. Right, now you can go back to being proud of yourselves. Now I would like to give you a bit of advice that I've learned since leaving BGU. Don't look back at your time here with regret, because you've done it now. You've got the degree, you've probably conquered fears, and you've started the journey of the rest of your life. You've done it. University is not only a place to learn and get a degree, but it's also a place to develop as a person. So if you do have regrets, turn them into goals. Make your life what you want to make it, and use your university experience to do it, because you really do get so much more out of university than just your degree, so don't waste it. And finally, on behalf of the entire SU, I would like to thank you. Thank you for being honest with us and sharing insight on how to make your experience better. Thank you for contributing to the lovely community of BGU. And thank you for being so patient and understanding this past year. I wish you all the best in your future endeavours, and I hope to see some of you in the next year during your postgraduate studies. Thank you.